The day will come when you will experience the symbolism of Scripture. Then you and I will once more be in that one body we occupied, prior to our descent into these bodies of death. The body of the risen Christ is not something that is finished, but it is in the process of erection. Made up of the redeemed, everyone must rise to the experience, thereby making the body more glorious, more luminous, and far more wonderful than it was prior to our descent into our own creation of death. You did nothing wrong which caused you to enter a body of death called man. You were in the beginning with God and were God. You never were some little worm which, coming out of the slime, became a little bird and then something else to evolve into man. No, all this is part of the structure of the universe. You were God when you descended into an animated man, and no one can descend into humanity other than a son of God, of which there is a definite number, and it takes all of his sons to form God. The word God is plural. The word is Elohim, which is a compound unity of one made up of others. It takes all the sons of God to make up the I Am. Therefore, there can't be more in this world than there are God's sons. Every child born of woman is alive because the Son of God, his ancestral being, is in him, animating him and putting him through the paces until he detaches himself from that body, which is David, which is his David, his beloved, just as the world is. Someone sitting in a dungeon feeling abused can enter into an image of hate and cause disturbances in the world. Although he is completely unknown and buried in a dungeon, thereby unseen by the world, he can imagine with such intensity that many will be caught in its response. We are forever giving advice when Scripture has nothing to say about advice, be it good or bad. Scripture only tells us to go and tell them the good news that you are immortal, as they are, that you created the world and simply extracted yourself from it, just as they can. Don't give them any advice as to what they should or should not do. If your son wants to grow a beard, let him. If he doesn't want to grow up, don't try to give him all of your good advice, simply leave him alone. And in your own wonderful way, imagine you are free of that state, for the world belongs to you and it is always expressing your inner thoughts. See a situation as something on the outside, and you become entangled in its shadows. For everyone who responds to your imaginal act is a shadow. How can a shadow be causative in your world? The moment you give another the power of causation, you have transferred to him the power that rightfully belongs to you. Others are only shadows, bearing witness to the activities taking place in you. The world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. If you know this, you are set free, and a series of events will unfold within you to reveal the story of salvation. Then you are urged to tell your brothers, to encourage them, for everyone is your brother. Go and say to your brothers, I am ascending unto my Father and your Father, unto my God and your God. In the end, we are one wonderful being. The body is now being slowly erected out of the redeemed, and everyone will be redeemed. If a brother is lost in the world of death, I will leave the 99 to go and search for him. That's interesting. He says a definite number. This is something unusual I haven't seen in any other Neville lecture I've read, where he talks about, he defines the number of Elohim. Everyone must be redeemed or the temple would be missing a stone. Therefore, everyone, even the Hitlers, the Stalins, and all the so-called monsters of the world, will be redeemed, for they only respond to the fears and horrible thoughts men set in motion.